It's another Saturday when we bring you your weekly security and safety tonic. Welcome to your program, Security Watch Africa. Like you can see, this is the new normal. We must always wear our face masks once we are appearing in public. It's important. That is the best way to protect yourself at this time we are in the world. Regularly wash your hands. Most of us were even a sign of relief when with the discovery of call it the vaccine. Some have said life-saving medication. But unfortunately, one of those vaccines, particularly the one Nigeria is subscribed to currently, talking about the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, seems to be having some problems, and it has to be looked into again by the developers to find out what the issue really is. And we believe that while that is being done, we must always ensure that we keep to the protocols that has been laid down for us all. Security Watch Africa, we did a bit of ask question, what is next? What will be the fate of Nigerians, and what will be the result? Thank God we have not heard of any adverse side effect from those who have taken it, but many Nigerians are asking the question. We will bring you that short clip of what the questions we are asking, and we need answer from those in government. My name still remains Patrick Abambu. Thank you for being part of the program today. Like I said, we will bring you a short prologue about the coronavirus vaccine. Sit back.
When the world is beginning to adapt to the new world of vaccination to avoid spread of infections and numerous deaths from COVID-19, complications are arising from the AstraZeneca vaccine, with news of a few deaths and negative side effects. 8 European countries that include Denmark, Norway, Italy, Iceland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Luxembourg have suspended using the AstraZeneca vaccines as a precaution to blood clot incidents in some countries. Oxford AstraZeneca vaccines, which is 62% effective, is being administered by some countries, including Nigeria. In reacting to the vaccine's complication, the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency has issued a statement about the safety of the AstraZeneca vaccines being safe for Nigeria, stating that the batch of the AstraZeneca vaccine, namely ABV 5300, was not received by Nigeria. This was ascertained in line with Nigeria's assessment with countries such as Spain and the United Kingdom, who indicated they will continue to administer the vaccine. Now that millions of Nigerians have registered and are still registering for the vaccines, should there be some form of agitation? Are there uncertainties of the effectiveness of these vaccines? These are questions running through the minds of people. Peggy Agbe, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. Yes, like you said, that question, what next? Though the report did say that the Nigerian National Primary Healthcare Development Agency had come out to say that the AstraZeneca vaccine we have in Nigeria is safe. I will want to believe that it's safe, like they said. Yes, well, quickly, because of no time, I have in the studio with me, let me even introduce him first before we continue. My brother, my friend, a knowledgeable man, a great world-renowned editor, talking about Suleiman Obagaya, the former Deputy National President of Nigerian Guild of Editors. Is regularly on this program, looking at issues that concern security and security in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. We'll be getting back to him. But let's go to Delta State. Delta State Security Watch visited there, and I must tell you that what the Commissioner of Police and his officers are doing are quite marvelous. It's quite impressive, and I must say that. Sit back as we bring you this report on Delta State Police Command.
In recent past, Delta State, known as the big heart of Nigeria, has been faced with increase in crime rate, especially relating to kidnapping, cultism, armed robbery, sudden disappearance of persons, killings and other unwholesome activities that has left residents of the state worried. But with the coming of CP Ari Muhammad Ali as the new Commissioner of Police of the state and the outstanding achievement recorded since he took charge of the command in less than 6 weeks, there seemed to be hope in sight for the restoration of law and order in the state. CP Muhammad Ali, a former Deputy Commissioner of Police, Lagos State in charge of operations for years, a brain box behind the success story of the Lagos State Police Command, no doubt, has brought his years of experience to Delta State. The arrest of one Emmanuel Ojibe, 18 years old, who masterminded the kidnap of his auntie, Joy Osameze, 39 years old, alongside 7 other persons, has finally put to rest questions surrounding the sudden disappearance of Joy, who got missing on her way back from the farm at Abraka Farm Reserve in Obiaroko some weeks ago. The Commissioner of Police, CP Muhammad Ali, disclosed that the command's anti-kidnapping team has recovered the dismembered body of Joy Osameze, which was buried in a shallow grave after her vital organs have been removed for ritual purposes.
This woman was abducted and taken to somewhere in the bush at Obiaroko. In the bush, they used a stick and hit her on the head. After hitting her on the head, she collapsed. And as soon as she collapsed, they came with a very sharp knife and started removing her breast and other important organs. By then, she had not even died. She was still struggling for life. While she was struggling for life, they used rag and tucked into her mouth and continued with the removal of this vital part of the organs.
When interviewed, some members of the syndicate admitted to committing the crime for which they were arrested.
I point at the farm road on our way going to the farm. So when I point out to the boys, which is Chukutem and Osam, she was hit by the stick, a plywood that normally they used to for their work. So when they hit her, they grab her to the place they want to cut apart. So when they were cutting her breast, I cannot get the pain. They shook a wrapper on her mouth for her not to shout that people will hear. So fortunately, I cannot bear the pain. I ran away.
This Emmanuel comes to me and he told me that he want to do Yahoo. And I told him that this Yahoo work is a serious work and part of human being used to enter inside. He said, okay, there is no wahala. He will look for it. At the end of the day, he went to his friends and he took a sister for killing for ritualists to make money
And brought the part to you.
and brought it back to me.
So how many people have you killed since you started this year?
How long have you been?
How long have you been doing this?
I've been 2 years now in this Obiaroko now.
In a related development, CP Muhammad Ali, in an interview with Security Watch Africa, revealed how his men has also exhumed another body of a woman in Owoyibo in a car community of Delta State. The woman, who was earlier kidnapped, was seen in a video pleading with her doctors for mercy.
Mommy come, Dodo, mommy come, Dodo, Dodo, mommy come, Dodo.
CP Muhammad Ali threw more light on the case.
On that fateful day, they went and kidnapped the woman at about 5:30 in the evening. Tie her face, took her to a particular house, somewhere still within the same Owoyibo. The following morning, they took the woman to the bush and had a video recording of the woman, and thereafter killed the woman and buried her in a shallow grave. So they were using that video clip they recorded and telling the children that their mother is still alive. So even at the point of arrest, they were in the bank collecting ransom of 650,000 naira. Having killed a woman, and they were aware that this woman was killed and buried.
In an exclusive interview, the suspects confessed to their roles in the kidnap and killing of the woman.
About 10 say you get one guy, one day because one day say you want to kidnap your mama so that mama will pay. And that boy will pay him. Okay, along the line now, I can't tell this my guy. My guy can't do it. So me go kidnap the woman. As we go, can't kidnap the woman. J-boy, they can't call the guy say don't kidnap the woman. Now my brother give him the number.
What now happened? Who shoot to kill the woman?
I was not that shot for the woman.
How do you know? How do you learn how to shoot?
I was a hunter.
Okay. Are you a member of any cult?
I'm a member of Vikings Fatality.
Ernest Enuneku, Security Watch Africa, Asaba, Delta.
This is quite disheartening, terrible to say the least. But let's quickly also still remain in Delta State, because there is one particular issue that most Nigerians may not be aware of, and that is that not everybody should put spy plate number on their vehicles. It's against the law, unless those authorized. And in Delta State also, the State Police Command has started massive arrest of those, arrest and impounding of vehicles that have spy plate numbers without authorization. Sit back as we'll bring you this report.
Strategy to curb the rate of kidnapping, Delta State Police Command has intensified the enforcement of the ban on unwholesome placement of spy number plates and the use of tinted glasses on vehicles by unauthorized members of the public. The State Commissioner of Police, CP Ari Mohammed Ali, showed Security Watch Africa some impounded vehicles.
Members of the public, some who ordinarily do not know that spy numbers are not meant for them, one wonders where they go to buy them from. Spy numbers are meant to be used by bullion vans, security men, that's policemen, and of course, spy police. But today, what you find everywhere is misuse of spy police plate number. People use it to commit crime. At the end of the day, they said a vehicle using spy police number came around. Those are the things we are out to checkmate. Anybody who is not a security personnel, who is not a bullion van driver or a spy driver, is not supposed to use spy police number, because they use it to commit various atrocities. And that is why I've directed my men to go after them and recover spy police numbers and, of course, charge them to court, because it is misappropriation. It has a covered plate number and the vehicle is also tinted. And this is why our men on patrol sighted them, suspected this vehicle, blocked them and arrested them. At the end of the day, 6 young men, 6 of them, carrying camouflage military uniform. What is their mission? Blocking the number and using tinted glass. Kidnapping.
This seems to be a government plate number.
Yes, but it's fake. It's fake. It's not a genuine plate number. It's fake.
CP Muhammad Ali called on citizens of the state to partner with the police, especially on information gathering, as this will help provide the much-needed security for the states. Ernest Enuneku, Security Watch Africa.
Welcome back. On this program, Security Watch Africa will go every length to bring that information you need to keep your life safe and secured. These are vital information that we need to know. Many Nigerians do not know that these things are against the law, and it's good that the police command in Delta State are helping to checkmate this. After that, I think the Federal Road Safety Commission has also started massive arrest of those with plate numbers, spy plate numbers without approval. And it's saddening that some are even faking plate numbers. That has to be investigated thoroughly. Yes, before I come to you, like, you're watching and following some of all these things. Yes. What would be your view, anyway, to these issues?
Yeah, I am honestly encouraged that the Nigerian police force is offing its game. And you remember in 2019, there was a report, a global report saying that the Nigerian police was the worst in the whole world. But with what I have seen, the CP of Delta State, Mohammed Arif by name, is doing, there is cause for hope. I'm encouraged, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll come back to you further on that. Let's go to what happened just yesterday here in the federal capital of Nigeria, talking about Abuja, where a book was presented talking about a very wonderful book. I've read it myself. When I started reading it yesterday, when I got a copy, I had to finish it before this morning, and it's a book I must recommend for everybody. It's titled The Legend of Buratai, and you were also there yesterday.
Yeah,
yes, it's important for everybody to read this because it teaches you a lot, humility, diligence, and all that. Let me not unfold much about it. Sit back as we bring you the report of the presentation.
A life well lived is a life deserving of emulations. This can be said to be the thrust of the book presentation that took place at the Nigerian Army Resource Center. The book, titled The Legend of Buratai, is a true life story of a Nigerian who gave his all for the peace and security of his country. The book, authored by Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai, which is a sequel to an earlier volume, is described by speakers at the presentation as a must-read for all who desire to get knowledge for advancement in life.
Living in the jungle or in the city, in the marketplace or in the park, roaming the city streets or the bush paths, breaking terror news from a reporter or breaking hearts in the worship places.
Speakers at the occasion took turn to talk on the essence of the book and commended the author, Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai.
The book is a challenge to the young ones, for them to develop the ability to read, to have the passion to write, and to have what it takes to have a dream about what they want to be in life.
I wish to commend the author for his wisdom and effort to document what I consider a thorough account of his journey as a military general. I believe that this book will help the general public to understand the critical and often selfless role the military play in securing and ensuring peace and national security in Nigeria.
And I encourage them to seek national unity and to dedicate themselves to the building of their country in the way that Lieutenant General Buratai has done.
This book is very interesting. It's amazing. And the question you want to ask is why? What is it that makes this book amazing? What is it that makes it different from everything that you find everywhere? You see, a lot has been said today about being extraordinary. It's not that these people are born with more eyes or more legs or more feet. It is that these people do common things in an uncommon way.
It is said that the reward for hard work is more hard work. And so we have seen that immediately after his retirement, he has been called upon again to continue in this very good service he has been rendering to this, our great nation. We want to congratulate you. We wish you well as you continue with this good work.
In his remark, the book author and special guest of honor spoke on the essence of humanity and encouraged people to read the book.
I want to appreciate you all. The show of love, the show of appreciation for a service that one has done to his fatherland. I see it as something that is natural and normal. And the secret behind that is right from my school days. that culture of respect for your elders, respect for the seniors, respect for your parents has been what has been propelling me to remain very humble, to remain focused, and to love everybody around me.
At the end of the event, Security Watch Africa spoke with the book reviewer Dr. Abubakar Mohammed Sani and the author's schoolmate, Mr. John Atanda.
Welcome back. Unfortunately, we won't be able to conclude that report because I have my brother still in the studio. Let me just come to you quickly before we round up. We're already getting signal.
Yeah.
Yes, quickly, in brief words, what would you say about the book? I know you have read it.
Yeah,
you read the volume 1 and read volume 2. What would you say?
I haven't read the volume 1, but I read the volume 2. I only got a copy of the volume 1 yesterday.
Okay, okay.
Interestingly, it is all about one of the finest officers ever to, grace the Nigerian military. General Tukur Yusuf Buratai is the best army chief Nigeria has ever had, and probably it is going to remain so in the next many decades. He has had the privilege of serving for 5 years plus, and he had the full support of his commander-in-chief. So in spite of all the mischief that may be peddled by his enemies, millions of Nigerians are appreciative of what he has done. And one other service he has done for Nigeria is chronicling some of his activities or his life history in that small book. But of course, as he rightly said at the public presentation, there could be more volumes in future, because that book is only about 120-something pages.
122 pages.
Exactly. But then it has one major feature, that is its own put-down ability.
Yeah.
And you just explain it.
Yeah.
The fact that you couldn't even resist putting it down by the time you started reading, tells you how excellent the prose is. So it is well written, and we really look forward to reading more from this great man, this great patriot. That is General Tukur Yusuf Buratai, and we will support him at any time.
All right, but incidentally, just yesterday, a news came up that by the National Security Advisor to the President, he said that they should be probed. Those former service chiefs that were retired because of they misappropriated or embezzled some money, ounce money. What is your take? Though later they came out to say he didn't say so, it was misquoted. But what is your take to that? Should that even come out? Is there a possibility?
No, definitely it shouldn't even have come out. But you see, what the NSA has succeeded in doing is to tarnish the image of this government, not just the former service chiefs. And of course, there was somewhere in the narration or in the interview, he said he exonerated the former service chiefs, but by his engaging in speaking with both sides of the mouth, he also indicted them, because he used the word misappropriation, even though he spoke in Hausa. But there was one word he used, whose translation is misappropriation. So he ended up in casting doubt in the minds of reasonable Nigerians about this great man who served Nigeria selflessly.
Did you listen to that interview?
I did.
And he used those words specifically?
Definitely he used. So I am Hausa. My father was Hausa. If you count maybe 1,000 years ago, my history, I've been Hausa. And he granted that interview in Hausa.
Yes.
So definitely he used that word. And I think it is very, very wrong. That was why, if you remember, exactly 2 weeks ago, I called for his removal.
Yeah, we said this here on the program.
This is a person whose statutory responsibility is to coordinate the nation's security. He's not doing that. He's rather engaging in unnecessary politics.
So because if there are insecurity, it means that his office is not doing what he should do.
And also, if you are saying money meant for arms has been misappropriated by some people, or that you don't even know where the money is, it means you don't even know your job as national security advisor.
Do they handle money?
It means you should even resign.
Those service chiefs, do they handle money for such projects?
No, it's Ministry of Defense that handles procurement. And that is why I'm shocked that some of our colleagues in the media will publish, in fact, one media house and online media house even mentioned the names of the former service chiefs in their headline, which is completely, defamatory and illegal.
Yeah, because I know that those service ships do not handle procurement. It's the
Exactly.
ministry that does that
It's
and all
ministry
that.
that does that.
Really, and some of those things have not even arrived in the country, so there are placements that take some time.
Even the Ministry of Defense, you can't say the former minister or the present one have chopped the money, because the military hardware ordered have not yet arrived.
Not even arrived.
Like the Tucano jets, half of that $1 billion that was that was earmarked from the excess fund, excess fund. You know, half of that money was used in purchase of Tucano jets, which are yet to arrive in Nigeria.
Unfortunately, we must leave, really. But it's beginning to get interesting. But if you have enjoyed watching us, join us again next week when we'll bring you another exciting edition of this program. We must finish this. We must probe into this situation and find out where it is. Thank you for joining us, and I'm sure we'll continue with this dialogue by next week.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, viewers, sadly, we'll have to leave for other programs to continue. Until we come your way again next week, I say, remain blessed, remain safe, ensure that you put on your face mask always, like I do. Until next week, bye for now.